What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a little bit of a look at a couple of cards, but one card in particular, which is extremely exciting. And I'm going to be honest with you, right? Straight off the bat, I was so happy when I saw this card. Now, the card in question is one that has just gone and been revealed. We are talking about BanchoMamemon. And the reason this is so cool is because the other day I showed you CaptureMamamon. And I told you at the time that it didn't make perfect sense and we must have been missing something. Because CaptureMamamon had a really good but really specific skill which allowed you to essentially stack the top of your deck. But in a way that didn't really make much sense at all given the other cards that we had. So, and I should mention our translation here are all from the lovely folks over at Ensan Gaming, of whom we are rather large fans. But CaptureMamamon, when you evolved into it, let you take 4 cards with Mamamon in their name from your hand or trash and put them to the top of your deck in any order you liked. And if you returned 3 or more, you got to de-Digivolve one on one of your opponent's Digimon, which was cool, but the whole stacking the cards on top of your deck never really made any sense. Because sure, you'd get de-Digivolve 1 and you could make sure you drew into the cards you wanted, etc. But it was a really hyper-specific skill, the kind of which clearly was meant to combo with something else. Was clearly meant to combo with another skill. Except I had a good old look around and there was no skill for it to combo with. Well, the good news is, now we've got BanchoMamemon, and it all makes perfect sense. Now here we got a standard level 6, that is 11 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 11,000 power. And when we look at a skill, it makes perfect sense. When you Digivolve, you may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. For every Digimon your opponent controls, you may play 1 card from among those cards with Mamamon in its name that has a cost of 10 or lower without paying its cost. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That answers everything. You Digivolve up into CaptureMamamon, put the cards on top of your deck, then you Digivolve into BanchoMamemon and immediately play them. And incidentally, if you've got enough memory to pull off both of those Digivolutions one after another, you can have a redonkulous turn. Do remember, of course, that just playing a card doesn't mean you can attack with it this turn. You need to still wait a turn as normal, but you can really set your board up beautifully. Now, we've seen enough Digimon cards. This is BT8 at this stage. Plus, we had EX1 and we had, I think we're up to 11 starter decks now. Well, 10, but one is in the process of being revealed. And essentially, we've seen this before. When we have a skill like this, like we saw, with CaptureMamamon, there is something else in the set. When a skill refers to a particular type of Digimon or a particular Digimon, that Digimon is going to be in the set. We have seen it before. Although I still have to question, why? Why would they reveal CaptureMamamon that anybody that knows, a lot about the game would look at that and immediately go, well, hang on a second, that doesn't make sense, something's missing, like we did on the channel, and then not reveal BanchoMamemon until like a couple weeks later? That makes absolutely no sense. And they knew what they were doing. They know that CaptureMamamon does not make any real sense until you look at BanchoMamemon. Why wouldn't they reveal them together? Or at least reveal BanchoMamemon first. Now, outside of CaptureMamemon, you can't do this. Like, you're only looking at the top 3 cards of your deck. Realistically, if you're not stacking your deck using CaptureMamemon, this is going to be way too awkward to actually try and use. But let's assume that you have. Now, it's weird that you get to put 4 on top of your deck with CaptureMamemon, but then BanchoMamemon only actually lets you look at the top 3 cards. But essentially, you evolve into CaptureMamemon, you put 3 on top, maybe a 4th. You then evolve into this, and if your opponent has got 3 Digimon in play, you then get to play 3 without paying any memory whatsoever. That is ridiculous. You know, CaptureMamamon is not a particularly expensive Digimon. It's a free cost to Digivolve, that's fine. And BanchoMamemon is not a particularly expensive to play Digimon. It's a free cost to play normally, that's fine. And as it stands at the moment, the only Digimon you cannot play for free doing this is BanchoMamemon, which incidentally you cannot play for free because it is an 11 cost and you can only get 10 cost or less. But you can play any of the others. So we've got the MetalMamemon from BT3, which has got Reboot, so it becomes unsuspended during your opponent's unsuspend phase. And when you Digivolve into it, you get to do some stuff, but again, that's not really what we're looking for here. We've got BigMamemon, which admittedly is a vanilla Digimon, but it's got 10,000 power, and if you're playing a 10,000 power Digimon for free, that makes it a whole bunch better than we thought it would have been. We've got the Mamemon from BT6 with Decoy Black. Now, this, for my money, is when Decoy Black gets really good. Incidentally, we've not seen any Decoy other than Decoy Black, but the fact that it's called Decoy Black really does suggest, or at least leave the door open in the future for Decoy other colours to come along. But essentially, Decoy allows you to get rid of this Digimon rather than another Digimon. Now, it's only when a Digimon would be deleted by an opponent's effect, not say in a battle, but still, this is really good. And if I can play this for free and then have it sitting out there, my opponent tries to delete another one of my black Digimon and I'm like, nah mate, not happening. I'll get rid of Mamemon instead. And then we've got the MetalMamemon from EX1. Now, it's got an inheritable skill. If this Digimon has Machine in its type, when you attack, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less, which is actually really cool. It does have a Digivolution skill as well, but again, we're looking here in the context of we want to go into CaptureMamamon and then into BanchoMamemon, so I don't really care what the level 5 MetalMamemon's Digivolution skill is. We might use it occasionally and it lets us, reveal the top 3 cards of our deck and grab a level 6 machine, and actually, to be fair, it does get BanchoMamemon more easily, which is cool, but we're really focused on playing for free, and that's what's so good here. Because essentially, we can play 3 cards for free. That's like 21 memory. I suppose up to 24 if you're going BT3 MetalMamemon. But that's 21 memory for free. This is, if it works, and that's a big if. But if this works, it is one of the most ridiculous skills we've seen in the game so far. It is absolutely ridiculous. Now, it depends on a bunch of stuff. You've got to have the cards on top of your deck, but again, CaptureMamamon will do it. And you've got to hope your opponent's controlling 3 Digimon. But then again, let's say they're not. Let's say your opponent is only controlling 1 Digimon. Well, okay, you only get to play 1 card with Mamemon in its name for free, but your opponent's only got 1 Digimon out, and you've got your level 6 BanchoMamemon, and you've got another one rolling. I mean, goodness me, this looks nuts. Now, it is also kind of awkward that the combo doesn't reset itself very easily, because essentially they're all level 5s other than BanchoMamemon. Because what I really want to do is play a bunch of level 4s for free, and then go CaptureMamamon, BanchoMamemon, boom, go. But I suppose I will have to just be content. And honestly, this takes BigMamemon from BT6, which I was not even remotely excited about before. Yeah, it's got 10,000 power as a level 5, yay. But let's face it, it was just a vanilla card. I now look at that and go, oh, goodness. Because you know what? Now I can play potentially 3 of them for nothing and be swarming 10,000 power Digimon without paying. Yes. And I should mention, while you control other cards with Mamemon in their name, this Digimon actually gains Security Check +1, which is really cool. Now, it's a bit confusing to me that this is on all turns, because it doesn't really matter. You're only really attacking on your turn, but it's there just in case. And then, again, there might be something we see in the future that makes this super relevant. My point is, ladies and gentlemen, this is amazing! And I love it. This is one of the most interesting and exciting cards I've seen. When I saw CaptureMamamon, I was confused and it didn't really make a whole bunch of sense. Now you show me BanchoMamemon and all of a sudden I am absolutely delighted. This looks awesome. That's what I think. I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.